So the question is Tyson Fury actually going to retire, or is he going to pull a Floyd Mayweather? So what I'm talking about is when Floyd Mayweather used to quote unquote retire when his career was active. I'm not talking about when he actually retired after he fought Conor McGregor and started doing exhibition bouts. When he initially used to retire, he used to do it for a tactical reason. Now the reason why he used to do it is a lot of times, and I know a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans are going to bash me for this, he's probably done it because remember when he retired after he beat Oscar de la Hoya. He says the reason why he retired was because he needed a break from the sport, and he said it was an actual retirement. But I think the reason is because the level of competition in the welterweight division was huge. You had the likes of Miguel Cotto, Margarito, Paul Williams. It was full of really good fighters in the sport, right? And then basically what happened was he waited them to fight each other, lose, and then he decided to come back. And then obviously Manny Pacquiao came back into the mix. Now the fact is, right, I don't think that's the case with Tyson Fury. I don't think the Tyson Fury is doing it because of that, because he's already wiped out most of the heavyweight division. He's beaten Dillian Whyte, he beat Vladimir Klitschko, he beat Deontay Wilder. These fighters were seen as the top five like heavyweights in the division, right? But the fact is, right, the reason why I think Tyson Fury has decided to retire is because he wants to do basically wait for the dust to settle between Anthony Joshua and Usyk, and then he wants the networks to come to him and say to him, listen, we'll offer you 200 million, 300 million for you to fight a unification bout, an undisputed unification heavyweight bout with the winner of Usyk versus AJ. And the best way for him to get the big money is to retire, because when you retire, the networks are going to offer you a lot more money than if you're not retired. And the reason for that is because they need some type of money to entice you out of retirement. They can't just give you the standard 20-30 million, because that was the money you was making before you retired. So they need to offer you more money to get you out of retirement. So they'll probably offer him something like 100 million for that fight, or something ridiculous like that. Somebody will put the money up for like a huge purse bid or something like that, and that's what I think he might be doing. I just don't think like he would pass up on the chance to have all of the belts, especially when he's got the ability to actually do it, to win all of the belts. So yeah, that's what I think is happening here. He's in a position now where he's trying to negotiate himself out. I don't think he's gonna fully retire forever. I just don't see it happening. He could do it. He could just be done with the game, say like, I've made all this money, I can chill now. But a part of me thinks that he wants to become completely undisputed, and then he's gonna probably retire after he beats Usyk, gets all the belts. Then he'll call it a day, and that's a hell of a resume. Dillian Whyte, Vladimir Klitschko, Deontay Wilder, and Usyk. And obviously we didn't get to see the AJ fight. He might even entertain that fight. But yeah, that's what I think might happen. I think I just think that he's just trying to use negotiation tactics to actually get the big money for his last fight. Obviously this has backfired on certain fighters, like Henry Cejudo. He tried to use leverage retirement as a way to negotiate with the UFC, and obviously that came back and bit him on the arse, because they took him out the testing pool. They took away all of his credibility, and now that he's coming back, he wants to get a fight against Volkanovski, and Dana White is just like, nah, we're not going to give you that. You're gonna have to go through the testing pool again. You're gonna have to fight your way up and get there to that position. They're not offering him big money to come back, even though he's got all these accomplishments, Olympic medalist, two-time UFC champion in 2 different weight classes. They're still not offering him any type of big money to come back. They're just saying, okay, you're retired, you can go now. And now that he's coming back, they're like, yeah. So yeah, from that perspective, I just think the facts are, with Tyson Fury can actually do it in boxing, because the fact is, he is the man in the heavyweight division. Like, don't get it twisted. If Usyk has beaten AJ and got most of the other belts, but Tyson Fury is considered the dude who's number one at this division at this point in time. So yeah, from my perspective, I think that's what he's doing. I hope he's not retiring, because I would love to see him fight Usyk. I just think Usyk is the only one that's got any way of giving him problems. But even Usyk is going to have a hard time with him based on what I saw yesterday. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Tell me your opinion. Do you think what I'm saying is nonsense? Do you think what I'm saying is true? Do you think there's a chance that he's going to fight him for that reason, or do you think it's just like he's actually retired and he's not going to come back? Tell me what you think below, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.